Yeah, flip it again so I can see where I'm at on the thing.
You got it?
Oh yeah, that's right. What the hell are these questions you forgot?
Anything you want. This is One Day on
Oh,
Earth.
you're gonna intro or what?
Yeah. This is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending. Now this is Brian McKeon, the creator of the Predatory Lender, and today I'm starring as Jarbon. And we're doing stories for One Day on Earth. Now we're here with the Hollywood Boulevard characters, which are now out on the Santa Monica Pier. Now I'm talking to Catwoman about her day.
I go by Cat, K-A-T, because there's always lots of cat women with a C. But I'm Cat, K-A-T, Cat Tales TV, K-A-T-T-L-E-S TV. Check me on Google.
Now, for One Day on Earth, is there anything you would like to tell the people of the world about yourself, or what would you like to say to the world today?
I would say don't judge a book by a cover. There's a lot of bullying going on in this world, a lot of kids being made fun of, and it starts off when they're young, because I guess their parents don't treat them right, so they start abusing other people, and it ends up being like a snowfall effect where everyone starts copying. I should say a domino effect. Everyone starts copying somebody else because they've been abused themselves, and there's people committing suicide over that. So I think people should be a little more sensitive, and even though you didn't get the love and the support you needed as a child, somehow you have to look in yourself and give it to other people. And stop, criticizing people so much and quit bullying people. And even as an adult, people bully me or try to. But there's a way you can kind of like tune that out and just focus on the good things about yourself. And you should never commit suicide over some idiot. I shouldn't say idiot because that would be bullying, right? But you should never, you should never hurt yourself because someone's abusing you. Try to get out of the situation or get away. And if you're a child, go to an adult and have them help you. There's got to be somebody you can go to. It's not worth committing suicide over a bully. They're not worth it.
Now, I know you guys have been recently kicked out of Hollywood Boulevard for various things. Is that something you'd like to tell the world about?
Well, if anyone looks on my videos online, they can find it. I've done several videos about it, but it's about First Amendment rights, and it's about police harassment and, people making up loitering charges. There's a lot of good people that were doing characters, and there were some bad people, but instead of the police getting rid of the bad people, they got rid of everyone. So that's something that's a First Amendment right, and like someone else said in one of my videos, Benjamin Franklin was a street performer, what's called a busker, B-U-S-K-U-R. What that means is they're troubadours or street performers or clowns or dancers, whatever, but they're there to engage the public, have a conversation, create enjoyment. So when you start like having laws that are arbitrarily false and harassing people, you're also doing that against the Constitution of America, and you're doing something that Benjamin Franklin would be against. So people need to look at what's going on. It's about free speech. It's about the right to assemble. There's a lot of bigger issues going on than people realize. It's trying to fight back against the police state.
Now, in closing, is there any last-minute things you'd like to say to the world today?
I just say it's a beautiful day. Enjoy it. We're in Santa Monica. There's a beautiful beach. There's beautiful people here having a good time. Life is worth living. So like I said, if someone's bullying you, don't let them do it. Take a moment, meditate, whatever you need to do, but don't let anyone ruin your day. You know what I mean? Life is too precious to make a rash decision in a quick second and end it. So like I said, I'm really concerned about all these young people being bullied and the gay bashing and stuff like that. And the Muslim bashing. I think we need to know how to coexist. So what I would love to say to people is peace and love, seriously. Just meditate on that. Love, 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 love. And if you don't love yourself, if you don't forgive other people, you can't move forward. So do that, Try to have peace. Thank you. Cat Tales TV.
And of course, this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lender, or Brian McKeon for One Day on Earth. Again, that's Brian McKeon for One Day on Earth. Oh, this is Brian McKeon from the Predatory Lending Group, and we're talking for One Day on Earth. Now I'm here with Hollywood Christopher Dennis, or Superman, as some of you might know. And we're asking him, now this is for one day on Earth, what is something you would like to say to the world about today? Or what would you like to tell the world today?
I would like to tell the world to keep it green, keep it clean, and save on energy. You know, there's efficient ways to save on energy. There's stuff that we can do to clean up our environment. You know, because we're killing the planet, and we need to clean it up.
One of the other things that I've talked to some of the other characters about was the ban of the Hollywood characters, and how a lot of them are out on Santa Monica Pier right now.
Yes.
I was down there earlier today. So could you tell the people of the world something about that?
Yeah, there's actually, LAPD has kind of started a ban on costume characters on Hollywood Walk of Fame. Basically, they're coming out and arresting the characters, but it's not making it to court because the prosecutor and the DA, they're like, where's the crime being committed? You know, show us where the crime's being committed. We don't want to go after these guys. So basically, they're rejecting it. So some of the characters have gotten attorneys, and we're filing for lawsuits and stuff against the city against us. Our civil rights are being clearly violated. The First Amendment states that as an entertainer, you have the right to freely express yourself in a public place. And for LAPD to come out and start arresting characters for doing that, that's against our civil rights.
Oh wow, we got tons of time. Now some of the characters, because they have to go down to Santa Monica and get a permit and stuff like that, there's kind of a bit of a debate how in Santa Monica they want $35, but I'm hearing through my sources that they want $1,000 to get a permit on Hollywood Boulevard now. Is that true, or?
There hasn't been anything stated like that. There are no permits for Hollywood. Now, what we're fighting for is the rights to have permits like they did down in Santa Monica. You know, if there's a lottery system, so be it. You know, if you have to get permits, hey, then the city's going to make some money off of it. You know, and then we're going to also know damn sure that all the characters out there are paying taxes because it's all on the books. You know, if they know who's out there working and whatnot, hey, you got to pay taxes on what you do. It's just part of society.
Now, during the roundup a couple months ago, I heard some allegations that some of the people had criminal records. Through your sources, is that true or not true?
Some of them did, yeah. But not all the characters are criminals out there. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen, and so are a lot of the other characters out there. Sure, when you build something like this, you're going to get all kinds of elements out there, especially when it's a thing where you don't have permits and stuff like that. Because when we go down to file for a permit, they kind of do a little background check on you to see what you're about, you know, and they don't have a permit system out here. Basically, it's a public sidewalk, and anyone could go out there if they want to. So, yeah, we had a couple people out there that really shouldn't have been out there, but that was only 4 people. You know, one of them was a registered sex offender. Then 2 others had some narcotics on them, and one of them had warrants in another state, and that was pretty much about it.
Now I hear that they do this every year. It's just this is the first time that they've actually arrested everyone.
They don't do this every year. This is the first time that they've ever come through and did a sweep on us. I've been doing this for 19 years. And this is the first time that I've ever seen a cop pull up and arrest any characters. Sure, they've come out and they've arrested characters in the past, but the characters that they arrested were fighting and being violent and stuff. You know, there was a Batman, you can find clips of it on YouTube. Batman beating down some guy on Hollywood Boulevard. You know, so sure, you got characters out there with attitudes too. You know, but that doesn't mean that everybody's got an attitude. I'm glad that was you and not me.
Now we got about 5 more minutes. Is there any last minute things you'd like to say to the viewers?
Not really, but we can continue with this discussion. It's a pretty good discussion. And I think the viewers are going to be quite intrigued with it.
Now, since you've been on the Boulevard for many years, what's some of the best and worst things that you could possibly tell to the people of the world?
I would have to say the best things that I've seen. Oh, guess what? Now that was me. I can't talk right now. Okay. See, now that's going to make it.
The best and worst things that have happened on the Boulevard over
The best and
past
worst
year.
things. I'd have to say the best things are all the smiles. You know, we're out there, we're making people happy, and we're just entertaining the public. So I'd have to say that those are the best times, you know. Back when there was like 7 of us out there, we were having a blast out there, just running around, joking with everybody, and just having a really good time. It was a blast. And we were just making people happy, and they were laughing and having a great time. About 5 years ago, it turned into a free-for-all. And we ended up with like 89 characters out there on a 2-block period. And basically what's going to happen is it's going to be overcrowded. And you got characters fighting over turf. You know, hey, this is my spot. Get the F out of here, move down the street. Then you also got characters threatening each other, fighting with each other, fighting over tips, running after tourists, chasing them down. And that's not what we built this for. We built it as a family fun place. If they want to tip us, they can. It's never mandatory that they give us anything. We just ask that they leave with a smile. Have a great time in Hollywood. We are ambassadors to Hollywood, and we just want everyone to have a great time in Hollywood while they're here. And that's what it's about.
2 more minutes. I'm just trying to fill up the time. Okay, so let's just close this then. So in closing, is there
Well,
any-
actually, we could talk. We could actually tell people to write the Chamber of Hollywood and.
wasn't it City Council?
Well, yeah, City Council or the Chamber. You know, because they all have their meetings together.
Do you happen to know their address?
I don't, but if you go online and you punch in Hollywood Chamber, you'll be able to find them. Please do contact them and let them know what you think about the Hollywood characters and what they do. We are trying to get back out on the Boulevard so that we can entertain the children out there as well as the adults.
So, in closing, this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. And also, you may know me as Brian McKeon for One Day on Earth. Okay. Yeah, that was you.